Amazing! We are live. Finally, we can't miss Sunday live, even if it's any kind of day, we can't miss it. Amazing. Superb. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Amazing. Just checking if everything is going fine. Okay. Nice. The topic that we have today is just amazing. For example, think if you are planning to give an interview in India, in USA, UK, so you should be having some kind of knowledge that what kind of questions, what kind of situations can arrive in an interview. So all these things we will be discussing today. Also, we have a very special guest with us. Super duper amazing session coming on your way. Just let me know if you are able to like this video. If is the like button working or not, just let me know that. Okay, just checking things from my end. Oh, I can see people are here. Gopal is here. Hi Gopal, hello. Ujwal is here and Pratik can hear me. That's amazing. Hi Dev. Hi Vinayak. I can see only I can see only LinkedIn. For some reason I can't see YouTube people. Oh, I can see Pratik is from YouTube. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Pratik. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my birthday. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Okay, so people are here. कैसे हो भैया? मैं बढ़िया हूँ यार. एकदम बढ़िया, एकदम मजे में. Okay. Amazing. Superb. Superb. Rajendra. Hi. Hello, Rajendra. Hi, Rajendra. I can definitely see you. Nice. So good to see you all. Mayank is here. Hello, Shumbai. Good to see you again. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your wishes. Amazing. Where is the birthday cake? Birthday cake. I ate it. Birthday cake. We are yet to cut the cake. So yeah, need some time to cut the cake. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's do some let's do some chit chat and then you know we can start the session. I know everyone is wishing me. Thank you so much, Sudesh. You're doing number one work. Thank you so much. What this is? Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Okay, so once we get to a certain number of users, certain number of viewers live, we can start. So, how many of you are interested in learning the different type of experiences you get in India versus US versus UK while going for this DevOps cloud engineering roles? So Arshad says, I couldn't enroll in the present batch. Next batch starting. Okay, so next batch is English batch. Everything is in the description. You can check it, Arshad. Thank you so much. Okay, amazing. Happy birthday. Oh, everyone is wishing me, Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for, wishing me. Thanks a lot. Okay, amazing. Okay, so let me get straight to the point. How is the interview experience in India versus UK versus US? Why I am able to talk about these? Because being a remote engineer working for UK, I have cracked a UK based interview. I've worked with Indian companies. I've given UK based or US based startups wale interviews as well. So I know how these things work and what are the main differences. Just to give you one small spoiler, generally in India, they ask a lot of technical questions that I have seen. I don't know how many of you agree or not. As compared to USA, as compared to UK, Indian companies ask a lot of technical questions. The cultural questions are lesser, the technical questions are more in India. That is one thing which I saw. Yes, I did so. I did see. Okay, so what exactly happened in these interviews? Let me take you back to 2017, 2018, when I just started giving interviews. So when I just started giving interviews, I understood that okay, they ask a lot of technical questions, they ask some cultural questions as well, they ask a lot of things, and somehow I was not able to clear the technical rounds. So the only solution to that was upskilling, looking at the job description, upskilling, making more projects, making more hands on contributions. So that was the one thing. But when I started giving the interviews for UK based companies, the technical was good. They asked technical, that's for sure. But they look you at a different perspective, that how you are as a cultural fit, how you are as a candidate for their company. So that's something which these UK and US based companies have an eye for. Okay. I'm not saying that India don't have a culture for this, they don't have these cultural things, but they focus a lot on technical. So yeah, I can see Pawan is saying, yes, I do agree. Nice, nice. Okay, yes, agreed. Yeah, 100% agreed. That's correct. That's absolutely true. I have seen this. I have seen that my UK based experiences, interview experiences, they asked me simple questions. Obviously at a stage they started asking technical, a lot of technical, but before that they started very smoothly. Okay, they started very nicely, that how are you, where are you based from, how does your typical day look like, and what do you like the most about technology. So all these questions they started asking, and once I got comfortable answering things, then they moved a bit into technical. So that is what I saw, the difference between the interview experiences of India, UK, USA. If you take the technology wise, I have a strong feeling that some of the Indian startups are still lagging with technologies like serverless, technologies like Datadog or cloud monitoring. So these kind of things are not yet being asked in Indian companies, and these things are definitely being asked in UK, US based startups, because they have these kind of requirements, they have these things. So if you are targeting these UK, US based companies, make sure to know their culture, make sure to know what technology stacks they use, and make sure to know what is their company about. For example, an Indian company who is into service based, now they talk about healthcare, they talk about automobile, they talk about IoT, everything. But if you see a particular UK based startup or a US based startup, they are very niche into their market. Let's say healthcare. So you start posting more about healthcare. You start reading more about healthcare. And let's say fintech. So if someone is into fintech, health insure or insurance, investment banking, you read more about that. You should have some knowledge about that as well. So yeah, with all these things, what if I tell you there is someone who has started his journey from India? He has seen across the globe, he has traveled a lot, he has been to US, UK, and has worked with a lot of companies. What if I tell you that that particular person will be joining us and sharing his Indian interview experience, his Indian work experience, how the work was in India, his UK based experience where he's currently based at, his US based experience, every experience. Can anyone guess in the chat who am I talking about? Okay. And Piyush Bhai directly said Guru sir. Okay. Okay. So how many of you want to hear directly from Guru sir that first of all, Piyush Bhai, let me correct you. Guru, not Guru sir. Let me correct you. It's Guru. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. It's Guru, not Guru sir. And then he's not taking classes. I am taking classes. So you call me sir. Okay. Okay. Amazing. So yes, I can see a lot of chat, a lot of Guru bhai. Oh wow, wow, wow. Guru, आप डिमांड देख रहे हो आपकी? डिमांड देख रहे हो आप? बाप रे बाप. Oh my God. What if I tell you Guru will share his entire journey from India to US to UK, everything in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Guru. How are you?
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I am, yeah, healthy, better than yesterday.
Uh, just to confirm, are you able to hear me and see me clearly?
Amazing.
Okay. To start off, let's assume this is an interview. The clothes I'm wearing is inappropriate.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, I'm more into
Today,
a.
today, absolutely no. So don't do that. Come like this. So just to, even though this is more of a discussion, this is how you should come.
Decent wear.
Close the doors, no noise. Ask the person first, give a smile, and ask if they are able to hear and see you clearly. And if you're facing any internet access problems, tell them upfront.
Got it.
Now let's the
Amazing.
session begin. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So really good point that first make sure that you, if you're speaking and if you're about to start a conversation, you able to hear properly? Everything is perfect. You have a quiet background. I can see there was one child screaming in my background, but yeah, I think he is gone now. But yeah, so good, really good point. And Guru, this is more like a how you started. Let's hear more about your journey. So the topic we have chosen today is how interviews differ from India, US, UK. And how do you like the topic, by the
Uh, the kind of topic was fixed already,
way?
right? So, but no, thank you for calling it off in the morning, telling me that you want to share my experience. I really appreciate it. I hope some of the experiences I had will help people to get roles which will enhance their careers. So thanks very
Amazing.
much indeed. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that people have been, listening to you. They know that how you have been guiding them. You tell them tips, and I see some post which they tag you saying that they got a job because of your mentoring, and that's just amazing. So so good to know that. But what I see is people don't know your exact journey, that how you reached here and what all things you have been learning throughout your experience. So let's start back from the roots. So
Mhm.
which was the city where you started everything from?
Okay. So I was born. I'm a Telugu guy, but last three generations we've been living in Tamil Nadu. So, but I was born in Pune, 40 days.
Same here.
Yeah, 40 days, then Jabalpur up to UKG, then five places in Delhi, and then Chennai 7 years. And this is where um, my main schooling was in Chennai, from fifth standard to 12th standard. To give you a background, I'm the third child of the uh, house. So I'm elder brother, sister, and me. Um, my sister and my elder brother were very good at education. I was below average. Let me put it that way.
Oh,
Yes, but what happened was my dad at that time was a middle level officer, central government officer,
hmm.
and we didn't have the money to educate three of us at the same time. Our age difference were very low. So what they told me is, till my brother and sister finish their education, you go and work at my um, uncle's factory. So I used to work in a factory for 3 years after my 12th. Not
Okay.
many people know about it. So I was diamond polishing. So if you know want to know about diamonds, you can let me know. I did it for 3 years, and after that, my brother and sister finished their education, and my dad got promoted into a very high profile job, and he was transferred to Nasik.
Okay.
And this is where I went back to Nasik, and I absolutely loved it. This
Hmm.
is my background. Okay.
Nice.
If you have any questions, people asking, please.
Definitely, I'll tell. And then after once you completed things there, which company you joined or how that
No,
happened?
I'll give you a, it's a good, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
tell you something. Then I did my bachelor's degree,
Okay.
right? Yeah, from Nasik RYK College, and
Hmm.
then master's degree from Pune University in computer science, right?
Nice.
And
Same.
uh, and not to brag about it,
Hmm.
my average was in computer science. Other subject I didn't really care much. My average was 99.6. Uh,
Wow. Wow.
yeah, I still hold the record. You can call my professors and ask. In the final, in the practical exam, for 3 hours for the computer science, which normally goes on for 3 hours, I still hold the record for finishing it in 19 minutes.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, so 3 hours exam, 19 minutes, but the Viva also went for 1.5 hours because the next person who finished it took them 2 hours. So till then, he was asking me, and of course, I got the, and the person asked, "How much do you want?" I said 100. They said, "I can't give you 100." I said, "You 99." Then he said,
So
and
with this directly you got campus placement or how was it?
no, actually, what happened, as I mentioned, my background then come to haunt me up.
Okay.
Campus selection came, and 13 of them told me not to write the entrance exam itself because of the 3 years gap.
Okay, gap. You had a career gap. So I think
No, no, no,
we
3 years
are
gap after my 12th. Yes.
okay. So can we get a job in DevOps with career gap? So let's just
Correct.
generalize the question. Can you get a job with a career gap?
Yeah, yes. But the thing is, it will not be as same as people who don't have a break. I'm not
Ah,
saying it's not. Yes. It will
hmm.
not be the same. You have to convince them, right? But what happened was, at that time, in my CV, didn't write that I was working in a factory. I just said break. They thought that I was goofing around.
Oh,
Yes.
hmm.
So you can say you worked in a factory. Doesn't matter. Because don't be ashamed if you worked in a factory because you didn't have money. There's no
Okay,
shame in that, right? You
got
worked.
it.
You were not stealing or you were not taking drugs. No, nothing. So what if you're working in a factory?
Hmm.
You were taking a living. And then what happened? 13 companies rejected me. Then
Hmm.
came Fujitsu Ikim.
Fujitsu. Nice.
Fujitsu Ikim, not Fujitsu. Fujitsu is different. Fujitsu Ikim is different. It's now called
Oh,
Zensar Technologies now.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it was called Fujitsu Ikim. Then it became ICIL, and then it became Zensar after I joined 2 years later. It's based in
Sensar.
Karadina. Zensar. It is based in Karadina.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
So I won't call the person's name because this is a video. Um, that person came for campus interview on the 18th of August 1998. I can tell you the dates. 1998, and he asked me, I was very shabbily dressed because I know that they're not going to let me write the entrance exam. That person asked me, "Why are you? Did you get the job?" I said, "No." Then why are you not writing the exam? I said, "What's the point? You're going to reject me because I have a 3 years gap, which is not my fault." And
Oh,
they said, "Oh, if you're confident that enough, why don't you go and write the exam? Then we'll look into it." And I came number one in the entrance exam in both the one,
wow.
right? And they said, "Go and put up a proper dress and then come back. Your interview is in 1 hour with six
Oh,
other
wow.
people, was obviously." So this is the context. I'll tell you what I did wrong on that day. Even if you are not going for uh, if you are going for campus selection, even if you have got the job or not got the job, dress properly. Don't go shabbily. That person looked at me, looked at my talent, but not every person will look into that.
Oh,
So don't go with your t-shirts like a hoodie, which I was wearing. No, put on proper clothes. Even put proper shirt. You don't need to wear a tie because now they don't. But at that time, we campus selection. It's better you just like a proper student, or at least tie and all blazers. Please do it.
a
It's an
decent
overkill.
white shirt. I think that's
Yeah, yeah,
fine.
that's fine. Yeah,
Uh,
no, a train with Shubham t-shirt and all. No, it's not allowed. Yeah, well, you don't get that t-shirt anyway. But for example, don't go like t-shirts like this.
I am sending you a train with Shubham t-shirt, but you already have so many swags.
Oh
But
yes,
but you will
the
get a
whole
better brand.
yeah. No, my brands are quite better. Thanks. Okay, coming back. Okay, let's focus. And
Yeah,
then the interview happened, and that person and me, he's saying, "Oh, Guru, tell I heard about that. I talked to your teacher." And also, one of the things I'm saying, this is for freshers. Please keep good relationship with your teachers.
that's a really good point because I've seen people going, completely opposite direction. They have zero respect for their college teacher. They think that college teacher are just wasting time. But that's not true. You should have respect for teachers and have a good repo basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I am from Nasik. So anyone from Nasik, hello. मी चांगला आहे आपण चांगला आहे का बस that's the all Marathi I know a little bit but not much. I
But
forgot. Yeah.
how was the interview experience? Because I see, I think is Giselle, and Giselle says that no offense, but every time I have interview with Indians, it freaks me out. You guys ask complex questions.
So,
So did you feel
I'll
the
come
same
to
way?
that in a minute.
Okay.
I'll come to that in a minute. So that person is the only person I call sir, and he's
Oh,
still my friend. I don't
wow.
know. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, tell me." So he because I told there is a 3 years gap, he went to my teachers and asked about me. And of course, I had very good relationships with my teachers, and they gave, oh, he's best programmer. He actually coaches his own classmates. So I used to take lecture of my own class, right? So I didn't know that at that time. And then first interview was me, and normally your campus interview lasts for 10-20 minutes maximum. Mine lasted for 1.5 hours.
Oh, they asked you a lot of technical questions, just like
Technical question, especially why the 3 years gap, why and all those things. Yeah.
they ask a lot of complex questions.
Yes, I'll tell you why in a minute.
Hmm.
Okay, let me finish this,
Yeah.
and after that, that person didn't directly, but said, "Don't go, leave. I have to do other questions also." And at the end of the day, on 17th August 1998 at 6:30, I was given an official email saying that you have got the job.
Amazing.
Yeah, so this is the context. Now, during that campus interview, remember, Fujitsu Ikem is or ICIL is a semi-Indian company. It's part of RPG, but it was part of Fujitsu Japan. So what they look for is don't frack about, right? Don't give non-contextual answers.
Hmm.
For example, if they ask you what are your interests, right? Don't say I love I like watching movies or I
Hmm.
like listening to songs. That's not hobbies. That is entertainment. So
Hmm.
you can say, "Oh, currently
Correct.
I'm exploring my skills in photography, so I have a D5
Yeah,
200,
that's true.
and yeah, and I'm taking photography. This also gives me relaxed environment so that once in a while, when you're working, you are under so much pressure when you don't think properly. I just get out of my desk, take some photos outside if it's raining, and then come back." So that's a contextual answer. You give contextual answer. Why you are doing it. Don't say I like photography for what, right? Now that's the answer. I got the job. Now coming back to the question, they ask complex questions. Now it depends on who is the person and what do you mean by complex, right?
Hmm. Correct.
Right. So, for example, I would suggest, can I change my background a little bit,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
perfect.
I'll tell you one thing. It's all depends on the culture, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. I would suggest that you get a book, this book called The Culture Map by Erin Meyer.
Wow, nice. If you can share the link with me, I would love to read it.
I think I may have lost you. Did I?
Yeah, yeah. I think
No.
it's
Yeah.
raining here, so maybe it's some internet
Yeah.
issue.
This is the book I would suggest you guys get.
Nice.
It's the
So,
culture.
two things from this book that you apply in your daily life.
The culture changes every 1 hour time zone.
Oh, oh, that's amazing. That
Yep.
everyone our time zone, the culture is changed. That's interesting. So,
Yeah.
which
Culture
culture
within India itself, the culture between a Bengali person and a Maharashtrian,
is
and a,
completely?
it's totally different.
Oh, any hack to understand that if someone has a different culture and we want to blend in, which how to start a conversation, or how to, if it's an interview and someone is from a different culture,
Hmm.
let's say someone is from UK,
Hmm.
someone is from US, and I am from India, so
Hmm.
there's a cultural difference. So
Hmm.
how to start a conversation around it, so or let them ask questions like, tell me about yourself or something. So what
See,
do you
it
think?
depends. For example, as I always mention, if you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm sure anyone who's doing a interview, right? They will get at least 12 hours of notice. 24
Hmm.
hours, I would ask, but sometimes 12 hours is also there, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Look at the person's LinkedIn. Where is he from? What he does? Where has he worked before? That also very is important, right?
Correct.
For example, uh, yeah, thank you very much. Right? If you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail. Exactly. To so, and look at the person. For example, in one of the interviews I got, one of my ex manager, he was reporting into him. The
Oh,
person who was interviewing me, my ex manager was is his manager. Yeah, so was his manager. So I said, "Oh, hello XYZ. I don't want to take names here. Oh, looks like you worked with. Oh, how
ah,
do you know them? Ah, I was his manager. He was my manager. Ah, okay. So where did you work together? I worked at XYZ. Yes. So
got it.
be prepared. Don't start with it. Don't. And then for interviews, I'll go by countries or region. Okay. For example, mm, if you are interviewing with Indian companies, or don't think about Indian companies or something, think about the person who's interviewing you.
Wow, that's a really nice point. Yeah.
Yes. Think about the person, go into a LinkedIn profile and do it the previous night. Please don't prepare 2 hours before the interview. Don't. Never. Last 2 hours, listen to music or go out for, don't go for a walk because if you're sweating, that's not the right idea. Take shower, do some, don't do makeup, but I wouldn't say, but groom yourself and look good, right?
Yeah.
And prepare and keep all the, if you have notes, take. Number one, before going to the interview, make sure that you're in a good place and you are looking decent. So
Hmm.
as I mentioned, normally you shouldn't be showing your chaddis and banyans in the background.
Okay.
right?
Should be a clean, a decent background.
Decent background. Like for example, like what you have, or like my have. Okay, I have a decent office, obviously. So now coming back to the original thing is one question was, is bachelor's degree is enough? Yes. One question was, I'm looking also on the video.
Oh, is
Is
bachelor degree
government
must for getting a job? So I think he's asking, is it must? So let's say he does not have a degree.
yes and no. It depends on the company policy.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to tell others as well, that uh, don't think that every door is closed just because a big MNC has said that you can't do it.
For
Or
example, for example, all our biggest companies in India, like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, they won't take you unless you're a graduate.
exactly. I
But
mean that
doesn't have to be computer science though. Doesn't have to be computer science though.
exactly. They need bachelors with
Means something.
2 years experience, something like this.
Yeah. Means three years of graduation. That's it.
3 years of graduation, yeah. and
Yeah.
and I think that's not a case with startups, so
No.
they don't ask such kind of things.
No.
So I
Actually,
think
in some countries, they don't care.
mm,
Right. For example, here, uh, they don't really. It depends. Right. For example, and I'll come to that in a minute. Let me not deviate from that one. So, as I mentioned, let's
please.
assume you're talking, going to be interviewed by a person who's based out of India, even if they work for Microsoft. Let's
Sorry, I don't know that one.
and sorry, so one more tip: shut down your Alexas and your Google. Yeah, or you can laugh it out. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's
So, for example, don't get panicked attack and do. I said,
uh,
sorry, sir, I forgot to. And so, for example, if we are talking to quite a very senior person, vice president or something, go and when they chat, uh, just start with hello, my name is Guru, and let them introduce first. Don't go and jump. One thing you have to understand during interview is be a very good listener.
okay.
Yeah, whether you're working for Indian company or foreign country, it doesn't really matter. Be a good listener, smile, right, and have some attributes which is very important. Number one, smile, decent background, and also research the person if he has worked somewhere, and then be ready 2 minutes before. Never log in late. Never
Hmm.
log in from your mobile.
Nice.
Whether you're working for any company, it doesn't know. If you're in a dark place, don't do the interview. It looks like you've not invested in yourself. You not have a decent machine. Means they will not be best impressed,
Hmm.
right? So yeah, and also it doesn't matter if you have graduation in computer science or not, as long as because they have shortlisted you means they have gone through your CV and done a lot of things and they know about you, and
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons. Don't write false things in your CV.
Hmm. Nice. So
Don't write false things. No,
I think
don't.
the companies from UK, US, they take it in a very bad way. So
Yes.
they don't like it at all. They just, I think they blacklist as well.
No, they legally they can't.
Okay,
Officially, legally they can't.
got it.
But they
Okay,
have
but they
their own
don't allow
methods.
for more interviews.
Yeah, they will say they will not go to a central agency. UK and US cannot have central agencies which blacklist you. I don't know
Okay.
about India, but
Hmm.
the thing is, even in India, it's not
No, there's
possible
nothing
anymore.
written that
Yeah,
they can.
but my suggestion is this world is a very small place. If you are rejected from one company and go to the next company and the same person goes to interview you, then you're buggered. So don't write. The thing is, be honest with it and write it down why. And once you put that in the CV, the person who's interviewing you, yes, yes, right, a good listener, yes, thank you very much. And uh, and then talk, and then they say, tell me something about yourself.
Hmm.
So let's say you ask me question. Ask me that question.
Hi, Guru. Can you please tell me something about yourself?
My name is Guru. I have a master's degree in computer science with only 22 years of IT experience, and I like programming, and I'm a developer. Now that's a crap answer. Okay. So
Okay, more like a mechanical kind of answer that.
exactly. So
Okay, this
so
is already
that-
written in your CV.
exactly. So for example, if a UK person asks me, let's
Hmm.
assume,
Hmm.
so people call me Guru. My original name is Gurumurthy Raghupati, but people in UK find it really, really hard to tell me that number. So they have shortened my name to Guru, and I call now myself Guru only. I'm based out of Sutton, Surrey, which is very near to Epsom. You know the horse races. You put
Hmm.
because in UK horse racing is very much a cultural thingy. So it's, I'm very near Epsom, if you know, and I have done a master's degree from India, but I'm based out of UK for the last 20 years.
Twenty.
I'm sure you have seen in my CV that I come with the experience in cloud and engineering and development. So I think one of the reasons I really like my profession is the varied culture people and the various technologies I can learn. And that's what excites me.
Got it.
Now, this answer, you may be answering what's the difference? Let's
Hmm.
say you're going for a cloud or a developer, doesn't really, or maybe a combination of everything, or maybe only as a developer or a cloud. You tell that you come from application development background, that also interests you, you help people, and you are interested in a lot of things, and this excites you,
Hmm.
right? That matters. Don't say, I have 5 years experience in data. Well, I have found that out in your CV anyway. Don't repeat your CV, please.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right? Especially if you're talking to person in UK or US. But if you're talking to Scandinavian countries, people,
Hmm.
especially Swedish and Norwegians, they don't like small talks.
Hmm.
Read the book.
The cultural map.
Your cultural map. Read the book. There you say, my name is Guru. I am currently based in London, and I like computing, and I like more cloud, but I'm also very good at on-prem. Most of my experiences have been with investment bank, but I also have worked in non-investment bank, especially car-driven companies like Volkswagen and Daimler. And I have experiences as an individual contributor, but also leading good teams in various on-prem and cloud, and at the both side, right, as a client and also as a ISV. That's it.
Nice.
So, as I mentioned, please read the book if possible, and also, for example, if you're talking to a German person, don't use Adolf name at all. Please don't take it very very negatively, right? So don't say
We can
anything
take
about
references
Germany
of
or war or
cars.
something. Don't.
We can take references of cars while
Yeah,
talking to
that's
a
it all. That's fine. Yeah, but don't.
we
If you're
don't have
talking to a
speed limits.
German person, don't talk about wars
Uh,
or ammunitions or Mister A H. Don't.
what if we talk about something bread or
Yeah, that's fine. That comes at
beer,
the end.
whatever?
Don't
Yeah.
start. This is starting. Don't these guys? UK and US they like small talks. Yes,
Hmm. Okay.
German, Scandinavians, Eastern European no. They don't. They
Got
don't.
it.
That's why I'm saying, please learn about culture. The culture changes. For example, if you are, I, I'm very lucky that I have worked in Middle East, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, US. And for example, if you're talking to a Middle East person,
Hmm.
be very make sure that you don't talk about smoking, drinking, and all. No. And if
Okay.
you talk, yes. And for example, if you have a brandy bottle behind your back, remove it first as in an absolute no no. Yes. So be aware of your background. Yes. So depends on the culture. For example, but don't fake. Yes. For example, when I say hello, and when they say hello, I would say, oh, by the way, salam alaikum,
Hmm.
right? So that's what we have to
Okay.
do.
So you should
Yeah,
not do
you say salam
something like
alaikum. Yeah,
that.
and that will make them feel that you're trying to interact with them. I think I may have lost you. Shubham, you there? Ah, yeah. So now coming back, once you interact, they may ask technical questions, and one of the things, if you are talking to someone in uh, so it, there is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one
I
thing
mean,
which
I
I think
just
that,
did some issues. Yeah.
hmm, they first keep the no round, the 10 technical and team again, yes. But that's not always with the same company. It depends on company to company. That has nothing to do with the culture. But
Company
this
to
is more
company.
about preparing for doing the interview. And also
Hmm.
during the interview, for example, if they ask me, do you know Puppet? Don't say I don't know. That's a very bad, lazy answer. Right? For example, I know Puppet is a configuration management system. Say, unfortunately, sir, I didn't have the opportunity to work in Puppet because for the last 20 years, most of my experiences, it was mandated to me to use some other configuration management system. I'm very comfortable with Ansible, which I know is more of a push based system, but Ansible is a pull and push both. And given how cloud nowadays it's happening, not many companies are allowing um, Puppet and Chef. There are companies which is mostly on-prem, but even then they are migrating to Ansible. But I don't think so. It will be a problem for me to learn it out, given my experience with. Ultimately, what we do these tools is configure machines, which is to install something, configure something, which is file or installing some packages. That's it. The protocol may be different. Ansible uses SSH, Puppet uses HTTPS, self-signed certificates, both on the server and the client side. So you put it like that. Don't say I don't know. Yes, that's one thing. And also they may ask you some difficult questions which may not be technical. See, I cannot tell how to answer a technical question because it depends on. For example, they may ask, why should I hire you?
Hmm.
That's a very typical question you may get, right? Uh,
Correct.
right? So you may get an answer. Why should I hire you? You can say,
Hmm.
I when I applied for this role, I made sure that I know at least 80% of the things you need. But I also
Hmm.
ensured that I will also learn from not only my seniors but my peers and also juniors, because really I don't care whether I'm learning from a junior or a senior or a peer. I ensure that I know 80% so that I can become productive, but at the same time I can learn. Because if I know only 50%, I cannot be sitting idle and expecting other people to coach me. No. For
Hmm.
example,
Interesting.
in your case, you are saying that you need this. I know a lot about S3 and GCS and everything, but my rating on networking is only 3.5 out of 5.
Oh.
So here I have the opportunity because I see a lot of people in your company are networking certified.
Hmm.
Yes. So I can learn from them. Yes. That is what it is. So you have to be very, as I said, coming back to mine, if you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail. Yes. How do I know? If
That's
you
correct.
say, for example, uh, I do it when they wanted to do interview with me. I did a lot of research, right? And one question was,
Hmm.
my CTO has a baseball bat. So I thought that's a funny
Oh.
one. I told him that in his profile picture. Not anymore because it's now become a very big company. So, and that's what it is. So please prepare. And then when they ask questions and all those things, when they ask you, do you have any questions?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any question? Don't say I don't. Please don't say that's a very lousy, bad way of ending things.
90% of the candidates say, I don't know. I don't have any questions.
Yes. Says ask, for example, it depends on how senior or junior you are. For
Hmm.
example, you can ask something like, given I'm going to be an individual contributor, what do you see as success in 3 months and 6 months' time? From not only my perspective, but from an organization perspective where I will be contributing,
Hmm.
right? So this tells that you're not only trying to get a job, you're trying to perform a job, and you want to
Nice.
see whether you are able to, what are your short term and long term goals, so where I can give. Remember, interviews are two-way system, right? For example, if they say we are expecting you to learn about Kubernetes in 3 months' time and implement CI/CD, you would say, "Oh, that's very exciting. My rating is around 3.5. With all the things you need, I think I'll become 4.5, and we can do a lot of things." Or you can answer, "Oh, I already knew that. I implemented that things in Volkswagen and Daimler." Right? So you can say those kind of. So we have something.
So I
Exactly.
think Piyush Bhai says that don't say that I need this job. It sounds very desperate, but say how
Mm,
I can add a value, add some
mm,
value to the table, or why you want to work for this company. Let's say how
exactly.
I got my UK-based job because
Mm,
they were in healthcare. I was
mm,
in tech, and they were building something health tech. So
exactly.
how my interest in healthcare, my background in technology can benefit their company. So
Mm,
how I wanted to work for their company.
okay.
I didn't need that job, but I wanted to work for them. So yeah,
Exactly. I'll give you
very,
one more example, and
yeah,
we will wrap things up
yeah.
for this one. For example, I used to work for Goldman Sachs. Now, I'm sure you know that Goldman Sachs interviews are horrendously tough, very tough.
I've seen a lot of reviews saying that Goldman Sachs took I think 3 days. How many hours or days was your interview?
No, for example, they asked me there will be 10 rounds of interviews. Uh,
10 rounds.
yeah, seven will be technical, three will be heavier. And then if you pass all of this, last will be with an MD. And this is for a contractor, not an employee. Employee has one more because that is your
Wow.
negotiations, right. And then yeah, they asked me whether you can do it over 7 days. I said no. They said, okay, how do you want to do it? I said I can do it from 7:30 in the morning till 7:30 in the night, continuously. They said fine, let's go. They said 7:30 starts, finishes at 12:30, 5 rounds, then 12 to 12:30 break. And during that time, if you find you're good, we'll tell you you can come back, or else don't come, take your bag and out. Or after 12:30 there will be four more rounds. If you finish, then there will be with an MD. And this included technical, non-technical, behavioral, everything, which I have explained right now.
Hmm.
uh, then with the last lady, I don't want to take her name, beautiful person, right?
Hmm.
So she asked me, Guru, now by that time I knew that I have cleared. So when you go and talk to an MD or a vice president, they are very senior people, so just make sure that you know what you're saying. As I said, prepare, please prepare, right? And she asked me, why do you want a job at Goldman?
Hmm.
So my answer was, uh, I have already proven to your people that I'm good at technical, which I'm sure you also would have heard by now. So there is not only the technical reason, there is one more reason.
Hmm.
If you don't mind, can I? She said,
Oh,
yes, go ahead, right? Just say, can I? They will always say yes, I know that, but just ask, right? It should. I said, who doesn't want to work with Goldman Sachs? I already worked for Fidelity. I have worked with Citibank. I have worked with Credit Suisse. Now
wow.
the next step is Goldman Sachs,
So you
right?
have Goldman Sachs as a good level, and you've said that I've worked with this. Now I really want to work. So
Exactly.
it kind of impressed her
Yeah.
that
And then what I mentioned was, when I asked in my previous interview, they mentioned that this is going to be the building I'm going to work for in 90% of the time, which is good. because the train station is literally 3 minutes away, right? And there is a train every half an hour. So even if I sit here for 2 hours extra and leave at 7:30, I can be home by 8:15 and 8:20, right? And still have a dinner with my family at 8:30.
Hmm.
Now, this sentence has a lot of meaning.
Hmm.
Number one, you're prepared to sit for 2 hours extra.
Hmm. Because
Yes.
yeah, you have said that
And
your home is nearby, so you
yeah,
can extend
exactly.
the work hours.
Yeah, exactly. Number two, you're aware of what has happened before and you know that this is the building you're going to work for.
Hmm.
Number three, that you can work late and you can still get the train, you have done the thing. And
Hmm.
then you still go home and have dinner with your family, means you are a very happy family,
Hmm.
right? If you had said, sir, I will work till 9 o'clock, I still can reach home. No, that's very bad behaviors. You can say if it's needed, I can sit late and still go home and have a dinner, and my wife won't get angry with me, and also I can spend some time with my daughter, and and in the worst case scenario, if there is an emergency, I know that the train runs late in the night. If it's required, I can come to the office.
Got it. So basically, whatever you answer you are formulating, that should somehow add value to the company so that it looks like that. Hmm.
It triggers something. It triggers
Trigger
something.
something.
It triggers
Exactly.
something that this person is enthusiastic. He's not only coming for money.
Amazing, amazing. I think that is the trick for how to they even check your cultural fit and these kind of things. That, for example, some company generally works late. The employees, they are
Hmm.
late. So if you answer something like this, they said, okay, our culture won't be a barrier for this person because he's ready
Exactly.
to do that.
For
And that
example,
is
if I gave the same answer to Fidelity, they will never give me the job because they
uh,
absolutely say they don't like people working late hours. It's 5:30, and they will tell. My manager used to tell me, "Guru, it's 5:30. You came in early. Out." Means so. Please be aware, and as I mentioned, please prepare. Please prepare. I cannot reiterate this enough.
so
And
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also once they finish, and you can ask some questions like, for example, what are the things I can expect in the next 6 months? Or, as I mentioned, what are the success? How would you feel? What are the biggest in initiative, non confidential, please let me
Hmm.
know. Where, other than my projects, where I can contribute, given my
That
experience, what you have seen. So that way, don't only look at your job. Say that I want to do little bit more if possible. If possible, put that word, please. Don't say I want to contribute to that also. Don't. Then they will say he's not focusing on that job,
uh,
right? Yeah, so do that. And also, depending, for example, if it's a UK person,
hmm.
ask them about, talk little bit analogies like and rain and gloomy, they like that, like
Okay.
they
So
could. But for example, if it's
hmm.
an American, please don't talk about Obama or Trump. Don't talk politics. Don't. In any country, don't say, oh, and if you're talking to UK, don't say, oh, I'm Indian, Sunak is Indian. No,
Got
that has nothing to do with the job. Say, oh, this country has done a very, for example, whenever they interview me, oh, you've been based out of UK for 20 years. I said, yes, this country has given me so many opportunities, and now I have a house. I live very near to old cricket ground where I can, if I want, go and meet Kohli if I want to. But normally I prefer English people because I support England, given that I'm a British passport holder. Now, here, I'm not only
amazing.
making a joke, but I'm also telling him a British passport holder. So they don't have to, I can get security clearance very
Oh,
easily.
nice, nice. So basically, just to sum everything up, interview in India or UK, US, know the culture, know the person, the be prepared. Technical, you have to be
Yeah,
technical because
obviously.
that's a technical role. You can't go.
Mm.
And I completely agree with your points when you say that I'm a passport holder, the place is nearby,
Hmm.
everything that you put in place. So as the book also, which you mentioned, can we have the book again,
Yeah.
so that our viewers can. So
Hmm.
definitely read the culture map, because it's not promoted, by the way. It's
Yeah,
not paid.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it gives you a good idea about, let's say, if you're going for an interview of India or US or
Hmm.
Canada or UK or
Hmm.
anywhere, be culturally prepared as well, technically prepared, be know the interviewer. So I
Yeah.
think amazing. Oh, I can see a lot of people. Oh, by the way, it's my birthday,
Happy
and
22nd birthday.
thank you so much. And I see the
Okay, one question, for example, on LinkedIn, for you, let's say you're already connected in and they have their birthday, you can say happy 22nd birthday, sir, and they will laugh it out, right? Yeah,
happy 20. Yeah, I
birthday.
feel 2022 only. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then no, the thing is, for example, in one of the interviews, they asked me, "What are your plans for the rest of the day?" I said,
Hmm.
"It's my daughter's 10th birthday. So after I finish, I'll go out, change the dress into a clown's dress, and I'm going to make her laugh."
Hmm.
So please understand, you're not begging. Please don't beg for a role, as Piyush mentioned. Don't say that you're desperate for a job. And they
Gorgeous.
may also ask, "What if I don't hire you?"
Hmm.
They may ask, especially Central Europe and Scandinavian countries do ask, right? What if I don't? Then say, "I would be disappointed, sir, but this is not the end of the world. I
Hmm.
have not resigned from my current role, or I'm looking for her. I'll prepare myself better. Maybe I didn't fit some of your criteria. Doesn't mean I'm not a good person. I may not be qualified for the person you're looking for, but I'll improve and I'll apply. I have applied for other roles also. I have some interviews coming on. Maybe I'll do that for sure."
That's
Don't
an
say negative things.
that's an amazing answer. I think you have completed every aspect of how to start. Tell me about yourself. The middle part where we discuss about things, the cultural part, and towards the end also why you should hire you and things like that.
Hmm.
So I think a complete experience you have given us, Guru, and I'm super grateful for you. Thank you so much. And yeah, if I
Shall we
think
take one
if
or two questions? Shall we take
I
one or
think
two
what we can
questions?
do is, I will ask everyone to connect to Guru on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
so that they can give you questions, and we can
Hmm.
keep a list of questions and we can take it in the next session.
Sure.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Guru. It's always, pleasure to have you on the channel. And yeah, as Varshini says, informative session again. Thank you both. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
And oh, by the way, thank you very much for the superb Python session today. Huh? It was very. I learned. I did my first Python programming today after like please and my suggestion is, please, I work on a discipline saying work today for better tomorrow.
That's really nice.
That's
So
that.
yeah.
Which doesn't mean always work. For example, Shubham wanted to get in touch with me too early in the morning. I told him, "Sorry, I have to go and play badminton."
Correct. That's
Because
a really good.
sometimes,
And I think everyone should keep upskilling, and for that I am, launching these courses. So
hmm,
along with my Hindi course, now Train with Shubham is offering courses in English as well for English audience, and DevOps Zero to Hero English is going live on 8th of April. All of the details are in the description. So you can also download the brochure and check what all things you will be learning. So Linux, Git, GitHub, CI/CD, Docker, Terraform, monitoring, Ansible, Kubernetes, everything with live projects. So yeah, definitely check
yeah,
this.
man, uh, I think I will be too overqualified for this session, for this training.
I think I will be having you as some guest lectures as well, related to interviews.
Sure, sure. Means yes, and also, for example, trends in what happening, what products and are in trends,
Oh,
and
I think you also give the sessions on YouTube where you tell about what all things are in trend.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
For
last
example,
You talked about GKE as well, right?
Yeah, GKE with, for example, if you are, I'm sure a lot of people know that certificate management is a real pain in the bum, right?
Ah.
So if you look at my last video, it will help you generate all the SSL for you automatically. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, just with infrastructure as code, you can generate SSL.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is automatic. Once you have your Kubernetes cluster and you install this plugin, KSET, and you configure it with the thing, I have put it in, I have shared the code also. What you can
okay.
do is, for example, if you create a domain called Shubham dot, for example, trainwithshubham.com, and you then add one more, let's say training.shubham.com,
Yeah.
right? Um, you when you hit the HTTPS, this plugin will intercept your call and say, "Oh, my certificate is not there." It will go to Let's Encrypt, do authentication automatically, and create SSL for you automatically.
That's amazing. So if you
So you
want to
don't have to worry
learn
about certificates at all.
amazing. If you want to learn about this, do check out Guru's channel. And thank you so much, Guru, for this session. And yeah, I will definitely see you in the next session where we'll take more of these questions. So
Okay,
thank you
sure.
so much, Guru. It was amazing having you. Thanks.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Thank you.
birthday to you. तेरे मम्मी जूते भी मारे तू. Happy birthday to you.
But thank you so much because I'm staying away from my family and my friends are waiting. That's for sure. But
Oh, birthday bumps, birthday bumps.
yeah, but yeah, one thing that it was a long time no one sang happy birthday for me, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you
okay,
so
no,
much, Guru. Bye bye. Thank
bye
you.
bye.
So that was Guru, and this session we talked about how, as a DevOps engineer, you can upskill. You can have so many things in your resume, CV, or skill set. But when you are applying for companies, in India, outside India, UK, USA, you have to make sure you check some boxes. You have to make sure you have these points under your hood. Okay, amazing. So, whatever your learnings were from this session, can I ask everyone to just sum it up so that the people who missed it can check your LinkedIn profile and get a glimpse of what you learned related to different cultures, different regions, and different places to work at? Okay, so I will be waiting for your post. Tag me and tag Guru so that we can review things that you have understood things correctly or not, and we will definitely repost it on LinkedIn. So amazing, amazing session. Thanks a lot for joining, everyone. It's my birthday, and you all made it special. Guru made it special. So thank you so much. What to say? I'm just happy to be here, happy to teach you all, happy to have everyone in this community of ट्रेन विद शुभम. सो यहाँ तक वीडियो को देखने के लिए धन्यवाद. देखते रहिए ट्रेन विद शुभम चैनल. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग. बाय.